All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to decode the psychology behind your online friendships. Yeah, we're talking about those hidden rules, that invisible currency you're spending and earning with every single click and comment. By the end of this, you'll see how you can start building the social world you actually want.
So let's start with the big one, a question we've all asked ourselves, probably staring at our phones at 2 a.m. Are these online friends real friends? I mean, in a world of followers and DMs and virtual hangouts, what does that word even mean anymore? Well, the answer is way more complex and honestly, way more fascinating than you might think.
To even begin to understand our online lives, we have to start right here with this one fundamental truth. Everything we do online, every post, every message, every single connection we make, it's all driven by one of the most powerful human needs there is, the need to belong. So no, your online behavior isn't random. It's a strategic, subconscious quest to find your tribe. Okay, so if belonging is the goal, how do we actually get there? How do we build that feeling? Well, it turns out we are all, whether we know it or not, trading in a kind of invisible currency, a special kind of value that makes our relationship stronger. Let's call it social capital. This is that currency, social capital. The easiest way to think about it is like a psychological bank account. Every meaningful connection, every helpful little interaction, every shared laugh, that's a deposit. And it's not about money, of course. It's about the wealth of resources, support, information, trust that you can draw on from your network of people. And this is why it's such a game changer. Being rich in social capital has real, tangible benefits that you can feel in your day-to-day life. We're talking about higher self-esteem, feeling more satisfied with your life, and you guessed it, a much stronger sense of belonging. This stuff isn't just a nice to have. It is absolutely crucial for your overall psychological well-being. But here's the thing. Not all social capital is created equal. Just like you have your best friends and then you have, your casual acquaintances, social capital comes in two very distinct flavors. Each one offers a totally different kind of value. So let's break down the difference between what we call bridging and bonding capital. So on one hand, you've got bridging capital. This comes from your weak ties. Think of your colleagues, people you follow, acquaintances. It's fantastic for getting new information, hearing diverse perspectives, or like asking for a job recommendation online. Then you've got bonding capital. Now, this is the deep stuff. This comes from your strong ties, your inner circle, your family, your ride or dies. This is what provides that deep emotional support, that trust, that intimacy. This is your group chat blowing up with support after you've had a terrible day.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. You'd probably think that the most outgoing, confident people would gain the most online, right? But for bridging capital, research shows the opposite can be true. People with lower self-esteem often gain more from social networks. It's something called the social compensation hypothesis. And the idea is basically that the online world can level the playing field, helping people build those wide, informative networks that they might struggle with offline. Pretty cool, huh?
So if social capital is what we're trying to build, what's the actual action we take to earn it? How do we fuel these connections and make those deposits into our social bank account? Well, it all comes down to the art of online sharing. The engine that powers all of this relationship building is something called self-disclosure. It's really just the simple act of revealing things about yourself to other people. Think of it like peeling an onion. Relationships grow as we slowly, carefully share more about ourselves, revealing more and more layers, both in the variety of things we talk about and in how personal we get. And this really gets to the heart of why online friendships can feel so incredibly real. That little bit of psychological distance the screen gives us can lower our guard. It creates a space where we feel safer to express our true self, the parts of us we might hesitate to show face to face. And this can lead to unbelievably strong, deep connections, sometimes way faster than in the offline world. But it's so important to remember this isn't a one-way street. It's not a monologue. Real, effective self-disclosure is more like a dance. You share something a little bit low risk. Then you wait, you gauge the response. Do they share something back? If they do, if that trust is returned, then you feel safe to go a little bit deeper. It's this gradual, back and forth rhythm that builds real intimacy. Psychologists actually have a name for why we feel so much more comfortable sharing online. It's called the online disinhibition effect, and it happens because of a few key things. There's anonymity, you don't know me. There's invisibility, you can't see me. And there's the fact that it's asynchronous. I don't have to respond right this second.
All of this just lowers the pressure and knocks down the barriers to sharing.
Okay, so let's tie these two big ideas together now, social capital and self-disclosure, because when you see how they work together, you start to realize something really powerful. You're not just some passive user scrolling through social media. No, you are an active architect of your own social world. So here it is. This is the key takeaway for this whole explainer. Self-disclosure is the action. It's the brick you lay down. And social capital, that amazing feeling of belonging and support and connection, that's the house you build with those bricks. Every single time you share something authentic, you are actively building the social resources that you can draw on later. So, I want to leave you with this final thought. Once you understand these hidden roles, you realize your online life isn't something that just happens to you. Every share, every comment, every single DM is a choice. You are the architect holding the blueprints to your social world. So the only question left is, with every post and click, what kind of world are you choosing to build?